What's going on YouTube? Yugioh here, and I'm here to give you the best Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime deck post Legacy of Destruction. That's right, Professor Crowler's Ancient Gears have gotten new support from the Legacy of Destruction set that has come out today, and it makes the deck more playable and can even go first. Before I go through the deck list, please remember to like and subscribe and let me know if you want to see a combo video with this deck I have. Alright, to begin, we are running 1 Ancient Gear Golem and 2 of the new card Ancient Gear Dark Golem. So everyone knows what Ancient Gear Golem does, but Ancient Gear Dark Golem, this name becomes Ancient Gear Golem while it's on the field or in the graveyard. This card is normal or special summon. You could add up to 2 cards, Ancient Gear cards, and or Gear Town from the deck to hand, except Ancient Gear Dark Golem, then discard 1 card. Also, you cannot set cards for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Ancient Gear Dark Golem once per turn. And if this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spells, traps, until the end of the damage step. For the Ancient Gear monsters, we're running 3 Ancient Gear Wyvern. So Wyvern is your searcher for Ancient Gear card. You can add to deck to hand. And then when it attacks, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. Next, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. Hunting Hound, with his normal summon, you can inflict 600 damage to your opponent. Again, if this card attacks, can activate spells traps to the end damage step. And then once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 Ancient Gear Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as materials. Next, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Frames. You can discard 1 card, add 1 Ancient Gear Golem or a spell or trap that specifically lists this card. The card Ancient Gear Golem from in the text from deck to hand. So it's a good searcher. And then running 1 Ancient Gearbox. Gearbox, if this card is added from deck to or grave to hand, you can add 1 Earth Machine monster with an attack of or defense of 500 from deck to hand. And for the new cards, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Commanders. You can send 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your hand deck, or face-up monster zone to the graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 Ancient Gear monster. If you normal special summon Ancient Gear Golem, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear Golem from hand or deck, or hand or grave, ignoring its summoning conditions. And then you could banish this card from your graveyard, place 1 Ancient Gear Continuous Trap from your hand face up to your field. And of course, you can only use each effect once per turn. And then for the last of the Ancient Gear monsters, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Tanker. Tanker, if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand, except Ancient Gear Tanker, ignoring its summoning conditions. Or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon from your graveyard instead. Its second effect, you can target 1 face-up card you control, destroy it. Also, for the rest of this turn, all monsters you control that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it gain 600 attack. So that's it there for the Ancient Gear monsters. On to the hand traps. Hand traps, I'm running 3 Ash Blossom and 3 Effect Veiler. And the last monster I'll be running is, of course, the Earth Machine deck. I might as well run Therion King Regulus. Now for the spells, I'm running 2 Gear Town and 1 Terraforming. I could switch this out for maybe a 3rd Gear Town, or maybe just cut it completely. I believe this deck is a 41 card deck, so I could cut it and it won't hurt. Next, I'm running the new spell of Ancient Gear Advance. So this effect, when this card is activated, I can add 1 Ancient Gear spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can tribute 1 monster, draw 1 card, and apply this effect. For the rest of this turn, even when this card leaves the field, I can normal summon an Ancient Gear Golem or a level 5 or higher monster that mentions it without tributing. You cannot set cards for the rest of the turn you activate this card, and I can only activate 1 Gear Advance once per turn. Next, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Catapults. So I'm only running 2 because I don't have a 3rd. I would like to run a 3rd, but since I have Ancient Gear Advance, it really helps searches the Ancient Gear Catapult when I need it. So in case you don't know what Ancient Gear Catapult does, while I control no monsters, I can target 1 face-up card I control, destroy it, and if I do, special summon an Ancient Gear monster, ignoring its summoning conditions. So this is a good Ancient Gear Golem summon. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up card I control, destroy it, and if I do, special summon an Ancient Gear token. And then, of course, I can only use one of these effects once per turn. And to round off the Ancient Gear card spells, I'm running 2 Ancient Gear Fortress, so it protects my Ancient Gear monsters and Ancient Gear cards from for activating their effects, and then 1 Ancient Gear Fusion. Now, I would like to run 2. I might put in a second one, but I need to find one. And to round off the spells, I run 2 Clockwork Knight and 2 Foolish Burial Goods. Clockwork Knight, it's more just a search when it's in the grave. If I have this card in hand when I activate Ancient Gear Dark Golem, I'll just pitch this when I search, or if I have Foolish Burial Goods, I could Foolish it to the grave and then search my Earth Machine monster. Then I'm running 3 Forbidden Droplet, good card going second, and then 1 Monster Reborn. And for the singles trap I'm running, it is the new Ancient Gear Duel. So this card here, Ancient Gear Golem, and monsters that mention it in your monster zone are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. If your opponent controls a monster, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster that mentions Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck by banishing monsters from your field or graveyard as materials, including Ancient Gear Golem you control. And if you do, it can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. And that's it for the traps. And that's it as a main deck there. Onto the extra deck. Alright, the extra deck, starting off with the fusions. We'll be running 1 Ancient Gear Howitzer. I think it's good at 1 in my build. I could bump it up to 2, but I haven't seen a reason to go into 2 of them. Next, I'm running 1 Ancient Gear Megaton Golem. Same thing. I don't see a reason to go into to get 2. 1 should be good enough. Next, I'm running 2 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, and then 2 Chaos Ancient Gear Giants. For the Exceeds, I'm running 2, and then I run 2 Exceeds. First one is Springin's Merrymaker, and the second one, of course, Gigantic Champion Sargus. So this is just a searcher for Therion King Regulus, so I might change these out for maybe a Baguska or a Dragon Dweller, Abyss Dweller. So these are the 2 flex spots right now. For the links, 1 Ancient Gear Ballista. So this is a little newer than the rest of the other cards besides the cards from Legacy Destruction, but its effect, if this card is link summoned, you can add 1 Ancient Gear monster or 1 Gear Town from deck to your hand. You can target 1 spell or trap card you control and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to destroy that card you control, and if you do, change that opponent's monster's attack and defense to 0 until the end of this turn. Next, I'm running 1 IP Masquerena, 1 SP Little Knight, and to round off the Link 2s, I'm running 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Barricade Board Blocker. And the last 2 cards I have will be running 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Access Code Talker. Alright, so there you have it, everyone. That is my Ancient Gear deck profile. It is a 42 card deck, so you can make a couple cuts and change some stuff in here if you like. Again, if you want to see a combo video with this deck, let me know. Try to get this video at 10 likes, and I'll have that video recorded and posted. But other than that, signing off.